So the other day I asked you all on Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter to ask me some questions for a Q&A video because I feel like I've been going like 100 miles an hour with my life recently. I've been like sorting out a few things in my actual life, and then I've been working really hard at my job, and I've also got YouTube on the side, so it's just all been like crazy. And I feel like recently for YouTube I've been doing a lot of videos that take a lot of time to film and edit. So for this video I wanted to rein it all in and just do something a bit more relaxed and more cash. But I thought that doing a Q&A video would be a good chance for you all to ask me whatever you wanted. I was kind of overwhelmed by the amount of questions that I received actually, so I'm really sorry if I don't answer your question in this video. So let me start with Instagram. Rosie Birch asks, would you rather be Khaleesi from Game of Thrones or Katniss from the Hunger Games? It's a bit tricky because they kind of haven't had the best lives, but I think probably Khaleesi because she is a queen after all. And I also find Peter really annoying from the Hunger Games, so if I had to like get with him I don't think I'd like it. So I'm going to choose Khaleesi, and also she has really cool hair. I'm having to like tilt the camera down every time I slouch. Bad posture props right there. Poppy Neighbour X asks, what is your favourite country that you have visited? I've been lucky enough to go to a whole bunch of places as a child on holiday and with my family and with my friends and stuff like that. So, but I think there's one holiday that kind of stands out to be one of my favourites, and that was when we went to Holland. And I think just as a kid going to Holland, and like we went to a theme park and we had pancakes, and I was with all my family and my cousin, and we had like the best time. So that was like a standout holiday for me. But the most like beautiful place that I've ever been to is probably Langkawi in Malaysia. That was like on another level of amazing. For Rycat, I again hope that I'm saying that right, sorry if I'm not, asks, if you could make a constellation in the stars, what would it be called, what would it look like, and what would it mean? I absolutely love this question, but I'm gonna have to have a minute to think about my answer because it's quite deep. I feel like my constellation would be something that symbolises like a massive trait in my personality, maybe something like independence, because I am a hugely independent person. I'm not like super shy or like introverted, and I do love other people's company, don't get me wrong. I love spending time with my friends and my family and my boyfriend and everything like that, but I do need time alone a lot. Like I need to just have me time at least like 3 times a week because I get so stressed out and like don't feel good if I don't. I think most people do have that feeling, but I think I have it like on another level, and I think a lot of independent people do. So I would have something that symbolises my independence, also maybe something that was kind of creative, like symbolised creativity, but I don't know what it would be called. The Independent Creator. Done. Evie Tay says, what was it like moving away to uni? I'm heading to Brighton Uni in September after doing A-levels and a foundation year this year. Kind of scared but super excited. So for those of you that don't know, I lived in Brighton from October 2011 to August 2014 for university. So I studied for 3 years at the University of Sussex, which is in Brighton, and I absolutely loved it. It was the best 3 years of my life. I did a course called Media Practice, which was really creative and practical, and that's how I got into YouTube in the first place. So my advice is that if you're worried or scared, don't be. It's going to be so exciting and you're gonna love it. Your first year is kind of more about settling in and making friends. Like for my university anyway, you only had to pass it and get 40% to pass or something like that. So I wasn't really too worried about anything in first year, and then second and third year was a lot harder. Third year in particular is like the definition of stress, but the whole time it was amazing. Brighton is and always will be my favourite city in the UK, so you're going to have the best time. I'm so jealous that you get to experience that like from the very beginning. I wish I could. Natalie126 asks, what are your 3 weaknesses? The first one I'm going to say is more of a bad habit than a weakness, but it's something that I can't seem to get over, which is so frustrating for me because I wish that I could. But I bite the skin around my nails obsessively. Apparently it's a form of OCD, and it's called dermatophagia or dermatophagia, and it means that I've got disgusting nails because I've been doing it since I was about 9 years old, so I've got like completely damaged nail beds, and I can't seem to stop doing it. Like I've tried the stuff you put on your nails to make it taste really bitter, and that didn't work. I've tried having hypnotherapy. My mum took me to see a hypnotherapist when I was about 14 and that didn't work. It gets really bad whenever I'm nervous or stressed or excited, but I just can't stop, and it's so annoying because I wish that I could. The only thing that's ever actually helped is getting acrylic nails, because it makes it harder for me to bite when I've got them on. So that's the only thing that seems to help a little bit. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing in my life that I wish that I could crack, and I just can't do it, so it's a weakness of mine. The second weakness that I have is probably the fact that I am such a people pleaser. Like I can't say no to people, especially in cases like maybe I should be complaining about something, like if a restaurant like brings out my food really late, or there's something wrong at a store or something and I should be complaining about it because it's not my fault. I never will, and so it's kind of annoying because I would probably get a lot of things solved quickly if I did complain, but I never do. As well, like when people ask me to do things for like a certain time, and in my head I'm like, that's never gonna happen, I always just say yes. Like I can't let people down or say no to people. I feel really bad. My third weakness is definitely my memory. I have the worst memory in the world. I can't remember anything. My boyfriend in particular is always like, you have literally the worst memory in the world, and he'll like say something and he's got the best memory, so together it's like such a contrast, and it makes me feel like there's something wrong with me sometimes, but I think I just generally have a brain like a sieve. Hannah Frogley asks, what's your advice for anyone thinking of starting a YouTube channel? I remember when I just started YouTube and I used to watch the Shaytards all the time, and I remember in one of the videos Shay was talking about this topic, and he was like, I feel like if you want to start YouTube, it's kind of too late and it's peaked, and if you wanted to start a channel, like you would have trouble because it's peaked and there's no point because it's already been done, kind of thing. And I remember watching that and being like, excuse me? Like, no. So after that, I kind of made sure that I was always uploading because I kind of wanted to prove him wrong, and I think I did. I'm happy with the way my channel's going anyway. So my advice to you would be, do not listen to people who tell you you can't, and just keep uploading things. The quality is quite important. Make sure you're not filming like on an old webcam or something. Invest in a good camera if you can. Invest in lighting if you can. And think of good original ideas that you think people will want to see. Kyma M, again, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, asks, what did you do for your GCSEs and A-levels, and what did you get in them? I wanted to answer this because I know a lot of people are doing their exams at the moment, so maybe this will give people peace of mind. I did GCSEs, I did all the normal ones that you do, you know, the compulsory science, math, all those. And I also did art, media, history and Spanish as my electives, and then I did French 2 years before that. I got 5 A's, 4 B's and 2 C's. And for my A-levels I did media, English language and psychology. And in my first year of A-levels, because you have 4 and then you drop 1 normally, I'm not sure if it's changed, but when I was in sixth form you chose 4 and then you dropped 1 after your first year. I was doing English literature as well as language, psychology and media, and I actually got in my first year A for media, B for English language, B for English literature and a D for psychology. But I dropped English literature because I loved psychology so much. Even though I wasn't getting like really good grades, I just absolutely found it fascinating, so I carried it on and managed to pull my grade up to a C. So I got A, B, C in my second year of A-levels, which was enough to get me to uni. Izzy Webb says, play the first song that comes on your phone on shuffle. That song will be played at your funeral. I know that's not a question, but I liked it, so I'm gonna include it anyway. So I'm on my Spotify playlist. I'm gonna press shuffle. It's My Song 5 by Haim, which is quite a good funeral song actually. It's kind of dreary. Ella Clark 13 asks, what is your pet peeve? I have 2 that stand out to me. My first one is tutting. I hate it when people tut, like, you know, like disapproval. Oh, I hate it. And the other one is probably people who can't say sorry. Like, I hate it when people are wrong, they know that they're wrong, but they can't admit that they're wrong, and they will do everything in their power to not admit that they made a mistake, or that they're sorry, or that they're wrong. I hate that. I'm just like, just say sorry. Done. Sorted. But no. It's Me, Megan says, what do you do for work? I am a video producer for a newspaper. Emiliona McMahon says, do you want kids? Yes, I definitely want kids. Not right now, maybe in like 6 to 7 years. But I want 3 kids. And if it was up to me, I'd just have girls. I always wanted identical twin girls and another girl, because I just want girls. I think boys are such a handful. But now I kind of want twin girls and then a boy, just to see what a boy, just to say that I've got a boy. And I'm kind of coming around to the idea, but I've always wanted twin girls, and I doubt that I'll get my wish. Okay, so moving on to the questions that I got on Snapchat. London Brolly says, if you had to lose one of your 5 senses, which one would you pick and why? First of all, let me just look up each of the 5 senses, because I can only seem to think of 4. So sight, hearing, smell, taste and touch. I think probably smell, because you can always still taste it. So actually, yeah, that's definitely what I would choose, because why would you really need smell if you could taste? It just means that you wouldn't be able to smell anything horrible, which is a good thing. But you could also not smell anything nice, but that's also a good thing, because that always makes me really hungry. So maybe it would make me not eat so many unhealthy things. So yeah, smell. Hebe, or Hebe, not sure how you pronounce that, asks, what is your favourite animal? That would be a husky, hands down. I absolutely love them. I cry every time I see one in the street, and that's not even a joke. I want 2 when I get my own place, and it's definitely going to happen. So yeah. This little cutie asks, what is your favourite film? My favourite film of all time is A Little Princess. It makes me cry without fail every time. If anyone's seen it, it's the part where she is like trying to get her dad to realise that it's her, and he doesn't remember her, and even just talking about it is making me well up 1 second. So she's trying to get her dad to realise that it's her, and he can't remember, and he's like, I'm so sorry, and it just makes me bawl every time. But I love the film, and it will always be my favourite. Always. Goldfish King asks, if you could change who you are, what would you change physically and emotionally? I've always kind of been a bit self-conscious about my chin region and my jaw. I feel like I would prefer it if it was like brought forward a bit, but to be honest, it doesn't really bother me that much. I'd also wish that I was a few inches shorter, because I wish I could wear heels and feel like really confident in them, but I just don't. I feel like a giant. So a few inches shorter, maybe like 5'7". Emotionally, I wish that, I don't really know actually. I'm pretty happy with the way that I am emotionally, or else I would probably change it if I wasn't happy. So I'm pretty happy with the way that I am. I'm not sure who asked this, because they haven't left their name and they've put it as a picture, but they said, how do you motivate yourself while working out? Let me just say, I'm not the biggest like fitness freak. I never ever used to be into health and fitness. I actually hated the gym. But a good way for me to motivate myself now to go, I've been going 5 days a week for a couple of months now, is to just do the classes that they do at my gym. I realise that whenever I try and go to the gym and do it myself, like, you know, just go on the treadmill or do the machines by myself, I never ever push myself hard enough so that it hurts the next day and I give up easily. But if I'm doing a class, I push myself so hard and I always feel it the next day. So it's so much easier when there's someone telling you exactly what to do. Artsy Nick says, are you going to be doing any more candy tasting videos? Just want to say, Nick, I do notice you always like my tweets, so thank you for doing that. Yes, I am 100% going to be doing more candy videos. I will always do them because I love to do them, and without sounding too blunt, this is my channel at the end of the day, so I can upload what I want, and I always want to upload candy tasting videos, not only because you all seem to absolutely love them and they're hands down the favourite out of all my videos, but I just love sweets. So getting to eat loads of different candy from all over the world is basically a dream come true for me. I've actually got one coming up either next week or the week after. I'm not going to say what country it is because I don't want to give too much away, but I'm so excited to try it because the candy looks so good. So I can't wait. Okay, so that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm really sorry if I didn't get to answer your question, but I'm going to try my best to reply to as many as I can in the comments. So if you do have a question for me that you want to know, ask away in the comments and I will try and reply to as many of you as possible. If you haven't already and you would like to, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you are aware of whenever I post a new video in the future, and I've got a lot of exciting things coming up very soon, so make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss out. I also just want to let you all know that I'm selling a bunch of stuff on my Depop account. I've just had a massive clear out and I'm selling a bunch of clothes that I don't wear anymore. Or that there's just not enough room for in my wardrobe. So if you want to go and check that out, then my username is roslarr and I will leave it in the description as well. If you do buy something from my Depop account, make sure to let me know that you came from YouTube and that you watch my videos, and I'll make sure to write you a little thank you note as well when you get the package. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye. Rotten egg or rotten egg?
Yeah, it's like if you know when you smell an egg but it's like gone off.
Like a rotten egg. Toothpaste or berry blue, that one doesn't sound too bad. Vomit.
Oh god.
Or peach.
This one's really bad.